Live from Amanda's kitchen, where I am the only one here currently. Welcome to the week before the playoffs start podcast here. I'm your award-winning host, Robbie Wright. I would like to first off apologize for why there was not a podcast last week. As you may or may not know, I had originally entailed to make a drunken podcast. Um, Thanksgiving Eve last Wednesday with some of the guys here, and things went a little south, and it involved me vomiting. Just couldn't quite hack it that night, starting to get old. So yeah, I apologize. Sometimes award-winning hosts like myself, they have some down weeks here. It's rare, but when it does happen, I do accept responsibility. So would like to apologize to the league for not bringing a excellent podcast like I always do. I'm not going to say this week's podcast is excellent because we got Mike Palacey for the ninth time this season coming on. And I think a lot of you guys are running out of questions to ask him because you guys are really reaching on some of these questions. So the questions are not as good as in the past. So I'm going to try to bring up as many questions as possible about his domestic relationship he got going on with his significant other, and try to put him on the spot a little bit here because his last interview I feel like was a hit. First off, let's check out the standings here. As you guys are, well, most of you guys are aware, I think the people who are in the bottom three might have no idea. It is the last week until playoffs, and it's currently a dogfight right now. Congratulations to Palacey. He is the first person to clinch a bye. And it's a nice thing about a bye week is if he loses the semifinal game, he is still in the running to come in third place. So he has to win 1 out of 2 games the rest of the way to win even more money this season. And then it is a tie between me and Bonesaw for second place and for the next bye. So Mr. Jared Cunning, if you could please defeat Bonesaw this week, I would greatly appreciate it. And I got to take down Palacey so I can get a bye. And then after the 2-3, we got Jared, Mike, and Carmen all kind of controlling their own destinies here. If they win, they move on. And I know Mike ran into let's actually see who they're playing here. I know Mike ran into a little bit of a fantasy disaster, seeing that Gronk went down the rest of the season, or at least the rest of the fantasy season. This week we got Jared playing George, who is also fighting for his playoff live. So this is a huge week for both of them here. We got Carmen playing Bonesaw, so that's not an easy matchup at all for Carmen. So he's hanging on for dear life. And we got Mike playing Durwonka, who arguably has the easiest matchup, but he's without Gronk now. So it's for all three of these guys, it's not going to be easy. And we got Casey, who's also in the running in the 7-8 spot. He has Jordan this week, but Jordan's hardly. No team here is really a lock. Even shitty Farm Team 3, I think they have their best lineup they've had all season with all their guys healthy. So it's any given Sunday here, anyone can win. We'll recap the Week 12 scores here. We'll start off with my team, who took down shitty Farm Team 3, Mr. Ben Matta, by a score of 140.6 to 91.7. My team's rolling right now, and big reasons because of Antonio Brown. I appreciate some of the trade offers I got for him, but it had to take a lot for me to get rid of him. So glad I held on to him because he got me 32 points last week. Really, everyone came to play for me. Derek Carr's been consistent all year. DeMarco Murray, newly acquired Jeremy Hill had a nice showing. Tyrell, Terrence, where the fuck your name is? It's some black name. Williams, 21 points. Whereas shitty Farm Team 3, only person who really came to play was Emmanuel Sanders. I mean, whenever you start off with negative 6 points from Dallas defense, and when they win on Thanksgiving, it's kind of tough to really stand a chance here. So congrats to yours truly on the W, and we move on to the next matchup here. I'm not even analyzing this. This is Trevor versus Jordan. Best of luck in the loser bracket. Move on to the next matchup here. We got Casey versus Durwonka, and this is a little bit of a nail biter here. Casey did hold on to beat Durwonka by a score of 143.9 to 133.9. This eliminated Durwonka from playoff contention. So sorry, Darwanko. I know you had a nice, strong first half, but the second half things kind of fell apart here. What more can you say about Ezekiel Elliott? He's just had a great rookie year, as well as Mike Evans. Pretty much Casey. The only person that didn't really show up is Thomas Rawls, and he's due to break out too. So I think from a playoff perspective, I really want Casey to lose because he has one of the better teams. His record doesn't show it, but I believe he's the third most fantasy points, and I don't want to face him in the playoffs. I don't think really too many people do. So congrats to Casey on beating Drunk Darwanko here. Darwanko had a nice showing here. Dak Prescott, LaShawn McCoy, Odell Beckham Jr. all nice showings, but it wasn't enough. And it's tough whenever you put up 130 points and don't get the W. So congrats to Casey on getting a W. Move on to the next matchup here. This was a big win for Mike. Mike was starting to fade a little bit, and he took down Bonesaw, who's been hot. I scored 156.5 to 104.6. That's the thing about the fantasy football is it's a bounce back week. Week after week. I mean, Bonesaw, he put up 104 points last week. You know he's going to come to play next week because some of these guys, I mean, Antonio Gates, he got 0 points out of him, but Mike got 0 points out of his tight end in Ebron, so he's going to bounce back too. But let's look at the matchup here. Drew Brees has been good all year. Mark Ingram had a nice day. Carlos Hyde's been flying under the radar. And then New York Giants defense, 22 points. If you plug in any defense against Cleveland, you're gonna have some nice weeks. So congrats to Mike. Look at a Bonesaw here. I mean, Le'Veon Bell got him 24.2. But other than that, no one really had themselves a crazy day. Move on to the next matchup here. We got Lloyd Christmas taking down George McCoy, the champ, by a score of 114.8 to 93.4. And I would like to take a second to wish George a happy 42nd birthday. I know he's old as fuck, and he's still plowing Billy's sister, and he threw some daggers at me in the group chat, which I didn't appreciate it. But I mean, the awards. I mean, I'm an award-winning host. I can take it. I'm gonna have haters, so it is what it is. So happy birthday, George. But Carmen, it's a huge win for Carmen here because he needed it to stay alive in a playoff hunt here. Who the hell is this guy? I don't even know who this is. Something Thomas on New Orleans here. Is he white? Is he black? I don't fucking know. But he got you 31.8 points, so very nice, Carmen. Nice plug-in. Ajayi has been cooling off a little bit here. Jordan Howard had a nice week. And you look at George here. Tom Brady, he didn't really 19 points. I mean, it's probably below average performance for Tom Brady, but I mean, without Gronk, he's going to fade off here a little bit here. So congrats to Carmen on the win, and happy 42nd birthday, George. Move on to the next matchup here, and we will get our top point getter, Mike Placey, on here. He took down Jared by a score of 170 to 123.4. And looking at Jared's roster here, Cam Newton, 20.4, not bad. David Johnson's had a great year, 30.1. He's just been a force to reckon with here. And even Todd Gurley, 12.9, who I traded for, as you guys are probably well aware of. Or I traded him. And look at Placey. Placey, he is a very confusing player. I mean, he got 23 points out of Rodgers. That's nice. Devontae Freeman, 21.17. And then, like, who the fuck plugs in this T. Hill guy on Kansas City? I feel like Placey is secretly the fantasy guru here because he puts in some random-ass people, and they have just big days. And they put up the most points that week. So, got to give credit where credit's due here. Mike Placey's having himself a nice season. And we're going to get him on the phone here once again. Forgot he was on FaceTime.
What?
We would like to welcome to the award-winning podcast for the 7th time this season, Mike Placey. Placey, how are you doing?
Good, man. What's up, Ryder?
Not too much, man. I'd like to congratulate you. You are, how many times this is now? 3 times you've won this?
Yeah, just Todd Myers. Third time.
So you are $75 richer, and that's a good point you bring up. The rookies have won this 6 times this season, which is pretty impressive here. So how you feeling, Placey, leading up into the playoffs here?
I feel awesome, man. My lineup is good as I'd like. You know, I feel like I have the best quarterback, best tight end, probably the best defense. So I'm pumped, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to make quite a run here, and you got that first round bye. You clinched that is huge because I was just talking about this earlier here. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you lose the semifinal game, you're still in the running to come in third place and win some cash. So all you got to do now is win one out of these 2 playoff games, and you're in to the profit here.
Hey, yeah.
So you can,
dude, yeah, I'm pumped. You know, I mean, I get to sit back for 2 weeks and watch you guys duke it out, man. It's a tight league.
Yeah, he's got to pray no one gets injured there.
Just pray no one gets injured. Hopefully they sit Aaron Rodgers for the next 2 weeks. They're not going to because Green Bay sucks, but that'd be nice. So I'll sit back and watch you guys.
All right, Place, you ready to dive in these questions here?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, you've done it so many times; it doesn't really phase you anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're gonna ask now.
All right, here's a question someone asked you: would you rather not play golf for 5 years or see the Flyers win the Stanley Cup?
Wow, that's pretty good, actually.
It's all right. It wasn't really that.
Honestly, I'd probably I enjoy playing golf. You know, Flyers on the Cup, whatever. I can get over that. Golf's fun. So.
See, I would do the exact opposite there, and I would, because I never want to see the Flyers ever win. So I would gladly give up hockey, golf, beating off. I don't fucking know. Just whatever I got to do not to see my worst nightmare come true.
You're living it too, man. You're over there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm over there. I'm actually. I got pretty lucky today. I found out that Amanda got tickets to the outdoor game end of February. So some patient of hers gave her 2 tickets. So pretty excited for that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the perks of dating a doctor sometimes, or being engaged to a doctor. Yikes. All right, next question. I'm pretty sure you might be able to figure this one out. Is what would have happened next if Hickey really did throw Trevor's Reading Wing out the car window on the way to the church?
If Hickey would have really thrown Trevor's wedding ring, oh my!
I don't even know what the hell happened with this. I don't even know what this means.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they the whole thing. They didn't trust me with the ring. I think Trevor ended up giving me like a fake. Fake rings, and he told me the wedding band was worth like over $10,000 or something. He's like, don't lose it. And then Hickey was gonna. They were just fucking with me because I just can't be trusted with the ring, I guess. So I would assume I would have had to get out of the car and go get it, or out of just how bad I would feel that I lost the ring.
I mean, you can't be trusted to wake up for a flight, so I could see why people are a little apprehensive with you getting $10,000 ring thrown into your possession there. So. I'm glad things worked out, and the wedding was saved. Your relationship took a little bit of a plummet that night. How are you doing, by the way, since that night? Like, I know the last podcast we had, sensitive topics are brought out, and I'd like to make a little bit of disclaimer. We on the Monkey Bar League, we do not take we take domestic violence very serious here. And if anyone needs help, I mean, I am glad to give you any kind of phone numbers to get the help you need. This is a zero tolerance subject here. I just want to make sure you're okay, Mike.
Yeah, I'm doing fine, and you guys are a great support group. You know, fantasy football is a nice escape, and enjoy watching your podcast, Rob. That helps, you know, so we're doing good.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it here. Next question is, this was kind of not really specific. The question is, will you give me money? And this was asked by Steve Derwonko.
What did Steve say? I'm sorry?
It just said, will you give me some money?
Steve, it depends on what you're going to use it for, bud. I mean, you can't go get drunk and do something stupid with it. So, I mean, if you can use it for something productive, I will give you some money.
Fair enough. I can almost guarantee you that's not going towards anything productive. So,
that's the problem, is it?
Question for you is, how was that Penn State game the other night?
It was awesome, dude. Oh my gosh, I was hammered.
I'm sure.
And we were actually out there tailgating, and like I refused to go into the game until the the Michigan Ohio State game was over, and then eventually they made me, like, my girlfriend made me go in the stadium.
It's kind of funny.
Absolutely made me.
Yeah, I couldn't leave until Ben had people get a little get together, and I couldn't leave to go there until I saw how that ended. Just this kind of.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna go off on a rant, but I actually we went in there whenever I thought that Ohio State had lost. I was all pissed off. I was like, it's not even fucking worth go. I was drunk. I don't even worth fucking going. I don't want to go now. After that fourth down play, and then I get inside the arena, and even the ticket guy was like, because my app was even saying that Ohio State lost, the CBS Sports app, and then we get to our arena, and everyone's like, you fucking idiot, Michigan lost. What are you talking about? I was so drunk, I don't even remember, but I was apparently very mad that Ohio State lost
when they actually won in double overtime.
Yeah, when they actually won.
It's a great game.
It was fun. It was awesome.
Great game. Next question. This is a pretty aggressive question. I like aggressive questions. You got to answer this. Out of the fantasy league, who do you hate the most and why?
I hate the most and why. I just think the oh man, that's tough, Ryder.
It's a loaded question, I know.
I hate a lot of people in our league, very equally. No, I think I'd be caught by the answer. You know, I think George McCoy. I never met him. I don't know.
That's a good answer. No,
that's a good rivalry. You've got a good football team. I don't like him. I don't want him in the playoffs. So.
I hate him too. That was a good answer, Palacey. This is honestly all the questions I have for you. I think people really weren't excited that you won this again, and people really gave half-ass answers. But I mean, we only have one more of these top point getter interviews here, and I mean. Got to be the best sometimes, and you can hate the best, and you've been the best this season. You and Bonesaw both, and sometimes you run out of questions. And you've been a great guest for 6 or 7 episodes now. So I'd like to thank you, Palacey.
Sure, yeah, no problem.
Do you have any final words you have to say to the league?
No, I'll see all you guys in the playoffs. I'll probably see you on the podcast next week, and looking forward to winning that $1,000. So,
some big talk here. We will remember this interview on December 1st, 2016. Palacey guaranteeing W. Thanks, Palacey, for tuning in to the award-winning podcast, and hope to have you back on it.
All right, buddy. See ya.
Take care. And that concludes our interview with Palacey. I'd like to thank him for tuning in once again. I know tensions are running high right now. We got Thursday Night Football coming up. This is a big fantasy week here. It's kind of like cramming for a final here. You got to make sure everything's perfect, and there's a lot riding on these. And the only person who really coasts right now is Palacey because he has a first round bye locked. So congratulations, buddy. And this concludes the week. This is 12, 13. I never know. This concludes this week's podcast here. Best of luck to everyone in week whatever it is, and see you guys next week.